Welcome to Homework Help 5.4. Here we go. The first three should be review. Yeah, the first three. Okay, this is what we did at the beginning of class today. Okay, we're solving for x. Here, I can make him a different color. Let's make him green. So this is number 3 on your homework. Number 3 on your homework. 2x plus 8 equals 13. Okay, so we want to get x by itself. So you're going to subtract 8 from both sides. That leaves you with 2x. 8 minus 8 is 0. So 2x equals 13 minus 8. 13 minus 8, which is 5. All right. Your last step, be careful here. Some of you are subtracting 2. You cannot do this. Remember, this is saying this is 2 times x. This is exactly the same thing, 2 times x. So you have to do the opposite of multiplying, which means you have to divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So you're just left with x equals, you can leave it like this. You can leave it 5 over 2. Or you could write it as a decimal, which would be 2.5. Or you could write it as a mixed number, but really, this is totally fine. If you leave it 5 over 2, that's fine. Either one of these is cool with me. All right. Try the first two. Okay, the next part of your homework, 4 through 8, I believe, you are graphing inequalities and answering A, B, and C. So it says graph and make sure you shade correctly. The instructions say, I should know, I typed them. Nope, hold on. Graph the following inequalities and shade the graph correctly. Make your graph accurate. You may graph on a separate piece of paper and submit that on Canvas, email it to me, or text it to me. I want accurate graphs. All right? So your first step is we're going to change this inequality into an equal sign. Let's go to purple. So that is y equals, instead of less than, 2x plus 4. Now this is a line, let me move you closer, sorry. This is a line we can graph. Okay, it's given to us in slope-intercept form. So our y-intercept is 4. So let's graph that first. Our y-intercept is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's our y-intercept. And then our slope is 2. So remember, slope is change in y over change in x. So really our slope is, our y-intercept is 4. So you can write 0, 4. That's our y-intercept. And our slope is 2. Or you can write it as 2 over 1. Same thing. Okay, because 2 divided by 1 is just 2. So you're going to go up 2 over 1. All right? Up 2, 1, 2 over 1 in the x direction. Now, I should make my graph a little bit taller. Do it one more time. Right there. Okay. Up 2, 1, 2 over 1. All right. And then you can go the opposite way, because we have to fill in all these points. So we're going to go the opposite. We're going to go down 2 and to the left 1. So down 2 over 1. Down 2, 1, 2 over 1. Let me make sure that's right. If I substitute, 2. 1 second. Never mind, we're good. We're good. So then down 2, 1, 1, 2 over 1. Okay, like that. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, -1, -2, -3, etc. 1, 2, 3, and so on. -1. This is -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5. Okay. Just label my numbers for you. Before you connect the dots, because you're going to have to erase it, is this line going to be solid or dotted? Okay. This is, your inequality is less than, only less than. There's no equal here. That means the points on this line are not going to be solutions. So that means it needs to be a dotted line. Where's my yardstick? There it is. So I mean, if you draw a line and then have to change it to dots, not the end of the world. But I'll go ahead and make it dotted. So it's dotted. Oops, oh, I missed that. Hold on. Let me do that one more time. What's that so far off? Dotted, 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 dotted. And it should have arrows on it. Oops. There we go. So there you go. There's your graph. So I want make sure your y-intercept is graphed accurately, and make sure your slope is accurate. So your slope is 2, 1. So you go up 2 over 1, up 2 more over 1, all right? Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. I need to see accurate graphs. And this would be dotted. It's dotted because there is no equal sign in the inequality. I just realized I forgot to shade. So this is where you're going to pick points on either side of the line. So I'll pick, let's do -3, 1. That's above the line, and we'll do 1, 1. Okay. So pick points on either side of the line. Here we go. Substitute them in. So I'm picking -3, 1, and actually, whatever, that's fine. And 1, 1. Okay. So which point works in your inequality? So I'll start with this one. So y is 1. So 1 is less than 2 times x. X is -3 plus 4. 2 times -3 is -6 plus 4. Are you with me? Okay, yeah. And then 1 is less than -6 plus 4 is -2. So is this true? Is 1 less than -2? No. So no. So that point did not work, which means we're probably going to shade this side of the line, but let's double check. So my point is 1, 1, so y is 1. So 1 is less than 2 times x. X is 1 plus 4. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 4. All right, so then we're down here. Is 1 less than 6? Yes. So you would shade this side. Okay, this means that all points on this side of the line will work in this equation. All the points on this side will work. All the points on this side will not. All right, there we go. Okay, I'm also going to do number 6. So if you understand this, you can skip through me, obviously. I'll never know, I'm a video. Here we go. So your first step is, we're going to rewrite this with an equal sign. So that is y equals 2/3 x minus 1. Now this is something we can graph. Remember, this is y equals mx plus b. So what is your y-intercept? Your y-intercept is -1. So go ahead and graph that point. -1, that's -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is -5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 1. Was -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5. Okay, there. Feel free to number more of your graph. It gets a little messy if I number everything. There we go. So then our slope is 2/3. So remember, slope is change in y over change in the x. So I'm going up 2 and over 3. Up 2 over 3. Up 2, 1, 2 over 3. 1, 2, 3. Point. Up 2, 1, 2 over 3. 1, 2. Wait, I lost it. 1, 2, 3. Point. Okay? And then go the other way. So down 2 to the left 3. So down 2, 1, 2, to the left 3, 1, 2, 3. Right there-ish. And then down 2, 1, 2, over, okay. Hopefully that's enough to get a nice little graph. So once again, make sure you're graphing your y-intercept correctly and your slope correctly. I need accurate graphs, you guys. Okay. There we go. Okay, so there's our graph. Ooh, I drew in the line. Oh, I mean, it's okay because this one, it is going to be a solid line because you have an equal there. But if you draw in a line, make sure you check, is my line supposed to be dotted or solid? And remember, if there's an equal sign here, solid. If there's not, dotted, all right? So that means every point on this line is a solution to this equation, to this inequality. Okay. Oh, our slope, I didn't fill this in, it was 2/3. And then dotted or solid, we just talked about it, solid. Last thing we need to do is figure out where to shade. So I'm going to pick a point on both sides of my line. Let's do, oh, look, we can do 0, 0. I'm going to pick 0, 0, and a point over here, we'll do 1, -2. Okay, so those are my 2 points that I'm picking. So let's try 0, 0 first. So I'm going to substitute 0, 0 into my inequality and see if it is true. Let me erase this. So y is 0, so I get 0 is greater than or equal to 2/3 times x. X is also 0 minus 1. All right, you with me? Here we go. 2/3 times 0. Anything times 0 is 0 minus 1. Ooh, I'm almost out of room. So then you get 0 is greater than or equal to -1. Is that true? Is 0 greater than or equal to -1? Yes. 0 is greater than any negative number. Okay, if you owe the bank 0 money, that's better than owing them $1. All right? Hopefully none of you will ever be in debt. Anyways. So that means that point worked. So we already know this point worked. So we're going to shade this side of the line. Okay? And you can shade it however you want. If you want to color it in more thoroughly, that's fine. For practice, we can do this one too. So y is -2. So -2 greater than equal to 2/3. X is 1 minus 1. 2/3 times 1 is 2/3. minus 1. All right, 2/3 minus 1. That's negative 1/3. So, is negative 2 greater than or equal to negative 1/3? No, it's not. Negative 2 is smaller. Okay, if you were on a number line, here's 0, here's negative 1, negative 2. So negative 1/3 is like right here. So it's closer to 0, which means it's bigger. So this is not true. So we are correct in shading this side. The points on this side of the line will not work. Okay, now moving on. For 9 through 12, I gave you an example on the homework, but you're writing them in slope-intercept form. So they're given to you like this. You're writing them in slope-intercept form, right, which is y equals mx plus b. So I think one of the groups did this on the Jamboard today, where they changed them into this form. So we want this to be y equals. We want this to be y equals. All right? So we want the y by itself. I can't see myself. Hold on. There we go. That was trippy. There. We want the y to be by itself. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to subtract 7x from both sides. 7x minus 7x is 0. So on this side, you're left with a negative y equals negative 3 minus 7x. Okay. I need to solve for y, not negative y. So to get rid of this, you're going to multiply both sides by negative 1 or divide both sides by negative 1. However you want to think about it, you get the same thing. I'll go ahead and divide. Negative 1 divided by negative 1. Right? So these means the negatives are going to cancel out. So you're just left with y equals, these cancel out. Y equals, and then you have to change the signs over here. So you get positive 3 plus 7x. And then the last thing you should do, we want it in this form, y equals mx plus b. So just switch these. Y equals 7x plus 3, all right? And you are finished. I'll go through one more of these. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead to number 12. This is the last problem on your homework. So same instructions as number 9, same instructions as number 9. You're rewriting it into this form. So we want to get y by itself on one side. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start out by subtracting 14x from both sides. Let's get rid of that. Okay, these cancel. So you're left with negative 7y equals 21 minus 14x. All right. So then your last step here, well, sort of, your next step here is, this is negative 7 times y. You're multiplying these. So you have to do the opposite, so divide. We're going to divide both sides by negative 7. So on this side, negative 7 divided by 7, negative 7 is 1, so you're just left with y. Over here, you're dividing both terms by negative 7. Okay? 21 divided by negative 7 is negative 3. Negative 14x divided by negative 7. Negative 14x divided by negative 7. It's going to be a positive 2x. You divided both of these terms over here by negative 7. 21 divided by negative 7, negative 3. Negative 14x divided by negative 7, 2x. All right. And then once again, just rewrite it so it's in this exact form. Y equals 2x minus 3. All right? And you're finished.